Most businesses need to ask themselves these questions. Do I have a self-employment agency or a business? What do I mean by a self-employment agency? You know, I was very fortunate to have a business mentor, and he one day said to me, I don't have a business. And I said to him, what do you mean? And he said to me, you know, can you go on vacation for 3 months, come back, and when you get back, it's making more money than when you left. But there was one proviso. I wasn't allowed to call my business in those 3 months. I said to him, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way I can do that. If I go away for 2 weeks, I'll wonder if I still have a business when I get back. So then he said to me, but Vic, you've got a self-employment agency. You're hiring all these bodies to be able to build your business on a day-to-day basis, but you do not trust them to run your business. So I thought to myself, wow, that's really interesting. And therefore he said to me, you've got to learn how to build a business, therefore converting your self-employment agency into a business. And your primary role is to work yourself out of a job. When you can work yourself out of a job and your business can run without you, and it just needs your strategic guidance on how to grow the business into the future, that's when you have a business. So I thought to myself, wow, that's really interesting. And so he taught me then on how to build a business. So it led to another question that my business mentor, Rob, asked me. He said to me, Vic, because if you do not build a business as opposed to a self-employment agency, when you want to exit your business, you're not going to get the multiple and the value that you deserve because you are the business. And the more you are the business, the less they're going to pay you, because when you walk out the door, essentially the business walks out the door. And secondly, he said, if you want to turn your business into an investment, in other words, where you can step back on the day-to-day running of the business and become the chairperson, for example, of your business, will your business be able to give you the necessary returns on a year-to-year basis by you just being the chairperson of your business? Lastly, one should ask themselves, what should I do now to ensure sustainable growth in my business? After starting 9 businesses in my life and being fortunate enough to have a fantastic business mentor, I realized that the most important thing that one can have is wise counsel and being accountable to someone for what you do in your business. And once I understood that, and my mentor taught me that, I realized that the wise counsel from my peers is so important, especially unbiased peers who are willing to give you really good, solid advice because they want you to succeed. And that's when I was introduced to peer groups, and peer groups of how, if I could find 10 people who are business owners that understand my challenges on a day-to-day basis, and they could speak into my business and I could speak into theirs. That was the turning point for me in business. That's when I started building businesses and not having a self-employment agency anymore. Our leadership style as business owners really deprive us of oxygen. And what do I mean by that? When we don't have the right oxygen because of not hiring the right people or not being able to attract the right people in our businesses, we get to a perspective where we have to try and do everything. We have to try and answer all the questions, make all the critical decisions. When we don't have the right people around the table, and when we don't trust the right people around the table to be able to make good decisions in our businesses, it becomes a problem for us, because now we have to be at the center of everything. We have to make all the critical decisions, and that's not possible. If you want to scale a business, that will never ever work. We've got to be able to hire people and give them a seat at the table. And when we give people the seat at the table and we entrust them to be able to even make mistakes, okay, give them that room to be able to make those decisions and come up with innovation of how can we scale our business. We build capacity and we build capability. And when we do that, we are able to do that. So as leaders, when we don't lead from the proper perspective, we do not have the oxygen to be able to then sit and have the perspective of how to grow our businesses. When we have people in our businesses that we trust to be able to fulfill their roles, we then as leaders have the opportunity to be able to have the oxygen to look at the bigger picture and to be able to strategize of how are we going to scale our businesses. Part of this whole process is, as leaders, is not to be able to solve all the problems in our businesses. We normally have leaders that come to us, or people that report to us that come to us with a problem, and we tend to answer and give them the solutions to all their problems. What does that do for us? It does not do much for us, because every time Johnny has a problem, Johnny's going to come to me to solve his problem. So he thinks, well, okay, every time I've got a problem, I'll go to Vic and he solves his problem. So if I took it another way around and I coached Johnny and I asked him the right questions for him to be able to solve the problems in the context of our value proposition in our business. And every time he came into my office, I kept on coaching him. I kept on asking him questions for him to come up with his own solutions. Eventually, Johnny will be able to actually make decisions for himself. And the more we do that throughout the whole organization, and for the people reporting to Johnny, if Johnny does the same thing, if we have a coaching mentality in our business, we then can scale through teams and through people. If we want to look at it just from a little bit of a different perspective, each person should never have, as I said before, more than 4 to 5 people that reports to them. And the reason for that is, if you really want to be able to coach those people and you really want to be able to input into their lives so that they can build capacity and capability within the organization, you do not have the time to do it for more than 4 or 5 people. And the less people you do have reporting to you, the better. From the pure perspective is that you're about to spend more quality time with really helping those people build the capacity that your business needs. But what also happens is they feel more empowered, because they feel like they've got the right input from you. So therefore they will take more responsibility because you have spent the time with them through the coaching process. Now that's what we call scaling through teams. So if you have 5 people reporting to you, and those 5 people reporting to you have another 5 people that's reporting to them, 4 to 5 people, and they take the same ethos that you're taking with them through their teams, now all of a sudden you're building really great capacity and capability in your organization. Now that's how you scale. You scale through teams of 4 or 5 people per team. And think about it this way, you're about to go away on holiday for a month or so without worrying about it, because they are teams that are empowered to lead and to take the business forward. This leads to the important part, is how do I recruit the right people? How do I make sure I recruit and retain the right people? Most of the really great people out there that you need in your business will not come to be a part of a yes sir business. They don't want to just say yes sir and just go and do. They actually want to be part of creating a great business. Therefore, they need to be able to have the ability to be able to make decisions. You've also got to be able to give them the space to possibly even make mistakes. They can't feel like when they make mistakes that you are going to, jump down their throats. They got to be able to be in a situation where they can actually grow, okay? And you got to give them that space. When you give people the seat at the table, you will attract really talented people, because they will also then feel like they are part of the success of the business. Prior to me meeting Rob, my business mentor, I was completely overwhelmed all the time, feeling stressed, feeling alone. So today when I meet business owners and I see them trying to wear all these different hats, being central to all the decisions in their businesses, they're feeling like they need to be in control of everything. I completely feel their burden, because I understand that burden. It was me. I used to do that all the time, and it is very tiresome. And it's almost like you just feel like there's no way out. You're caught in this trap all the time, and I feel that pain. And I really believe that when you find the right group for wise counsel, the right set of peers that are willing to unbiasedly give you input and advice into your business, that is the most liberating feeling you'll ever have as a business owner. It is truly going to set you up for real success. And as the journey goes on, when you belong to a peer group like this, you find that these people become vested in your success. They really believe in help. They really want to help you because they really want your help to help them in their businesses. And it is truly remarkable experience to be able to experience that. I would like you to think about your business from this perspective. Imagine if you could delegate and have people do what it is you needed to do in your business. And every single day, because of the people that you've managed to recruit, and now all of a sudden you can actually delegate and trust and know that they will actually give you and the business what you need. Imagine the liberation that comes with that. It gives you free time, gives you oxygen to sit down and think about your business. Also look at all the impacts that technology is bringing to this world, all those good, wonderful things. You'll be able to sit and actually strategize and understand of how you're going to grow your business. When business owners do not seek the right support and guidance to gain the necessary perspective to build their businesses, they are at risk of stagnation and missed opportunities. And that is the reason why I decided to start an organization that provides the necessary support for business owners in Dubai. All business owners I meet today believe that we need a truly supportive ecosystem in a trusted environment for all size businesses. During my tenure as CEO at the Capital Club, we realized that businesses needed a lot of support. And one of the ways we did that was we created a bridge between business and government, where we managed to influence a lot of legislation to become more business friendly. We realized that this support was welcomed, but it wasn't the only thing that they needed. They really wanted to be able to have support on how to build their businesses properly. And so this process really worked very, very well. At the Boardroom UAE, we've taken it one step further. Our boardrooms are designed that through the facilitation of an experienced chair, we create an environment where members can gain the necessary wise counsel from one another to be able to grow their businesses. The reason why this happens is because they are vested in each other's success. There's no competing businesses in the room, and they grow to a point where over time they become vulnerable with each other, and therefore they're vested in each other's success. As boardrooms mature, we found the camaraderie between members is something that is really special. They help each other really go through all the challenges that they face. They help each other also maximize the awesome opportunities that they find within their businesses on a day-to-day basis. The accountability and the wise counsel becomes stronger and stronger as they start trusting each other more, as they start learning to that the wise counsel that they receive is better than something that they've ever experienced, because you've got 12 CEOs that are experiencing the same issues, sharing ways of how they've prevailed in their challenges and in the opportunities that they face, and how can they maximize those opportunities. So it's a great experience, and the more mature the board becomes, the more cohesiveness between them becomes. It's almost like you've got 12 people really rooting for you and will do anything to help you become successful. As a chair of a board, one of the big things I do is I get to know every single member really well. I get to understand where they are in their leadership journey as a leader of a business or a business owner. I also get to know the trajectory that their business is on and what challenges they are facing to be able to truly build a sustainably scalable business. When a specific member brings a challenge to the table in the boardroom, I know who has overcome those challenges already, and I can ask that person the right questions to be able to help the member that brought the challenge. And it's incumbent on us as chair people to really get to know each and every member really, really well, so that we can really make sure that we can help them overcome their challenges. The most important thing is that they walk out of there with some practical advice and useful insights on how to go about executing the area in their business that is a challenge to help them scale their business sustainably. One thing I really enjoy about it is I really enjoy building businesses, and to be able to get into helping these members overcome their challenges of actually building a business as opposed to owning a self-employment agency, that is really, really rewarding for me. And what I really find is, as we discuss each member's challenges, everybody in the group learns from it, because they're seeing different paradigms. There's 12 people around the table, 12 CEOs, 12 business owners, 12 business leaders around the table with all unique experiences, unique paradigms that bring together a richness and a heightenedness of creativity. I find creativity, and sometimes I'm astounded by the insights, by the the applicable action steps that are given for that person to build. And I learned so much out of those processes. It's truly remarkable about what comes out of those meetings, because we as normal people, as normal business leaders, don't normally have the opportunity to tap into 12 CEO brains to be able to help us overcome our challenges. And that's the real magic about building a proper board. And if the chair is so vested as the members are in each other's success, it's really a winning recipe for business owners to be able to build sustainably scalable businesses and shape their businesses the way they would love those businesses to operate. I really want to encourage every single business leader and owner out there to really reach out for support, to become part of a peer group, whether it be with the boardroom or anywhere else. It is so important that you realize that you do not need to go this journey on your own. It's a really challenging journey, and I really want to encourage you to reach out and plug yourself into a support system like a peer advisory group that can really help you build your business. You will meet like-minded people from a diverse set of industries that will really help you and benefit you in growing your business. We're all coming together not necessarily to network with each other, but to help each other grow each other's businesses. It really has the power to transform your business. All it takes for them to become a member is 1 hour of their time for us to discuss their leadership journey, where they are in it, and at what growth stage their business is in order to be able to scale their businesses sustainably and profitably. Once we've had that discussion, we will be able to determine whether or not the boardroom is a good fit for them and their business. Imagine in 8 to 10 months' time having a clear roadmap on how to scale your business sustainably as a CEO. How would that make you feel? It all comes down to you to make a decision on whether or not you want to plug yourself into a support system that's going to help you scale your business. One must remember, in the dynamic world of business, growth and success is dependent on the quality of the people you have around you.